I am Hey y'all, we are back with another sit down video. I know it has been a minute since we have done a sit down video. I like to mix like travel vlogs and vlogs in general with these type of videos, but sometimes it doesn't work out like that. So this is the third year 3, where we are sitting down. We are giving you a year-end review, the best of the year, the worst of the year. We started doing this in 2018. And we always make these videos mukbang. So the first year we did it, we had soul food. Last year we did it, we had sushi. This year we have pizza. I will link those videos in the cards up here and in the description box down low. So let's get started. So we got, what is this? Dodo's Pizza.
Yeah, Dodo's. They're meats.
Yeah, the meats. We've never tried this before.
We never even eaten from there.
Let's dig in. Did you want to?
Yeah, I'll say grace, and then let's get some ranch. Father God, thank you for this food. I just pray that we nourish our bodies. Just pray that we would bring honor and glory to you in all things. And just thank you for this year, and I pray for just countless blessings over the next one. This year, and I'm going to pray, man.
Amen. So,
I'll start with a high. This year's been crazy just due to Corona, lockdown, quarantines. But I really enjoyed the travel that we were able to do beforehand. Yeah, our trip to Chicago and Detroit. Or my trip to Chicago, our trip to Detroit.
This has been such a long year.
Yeah.
I forgot that this was this year.
Yeah, so my friend in Detroit was able to hook me and another friend up with basically VIP passes for NBA All-Star Weekend. And, I mean, that was just a blast. Chicago's beautiful. We got to stay, like, right downtown. There's, like, 10 of us there, I guess. Maybe 5 of us in our group directly. But that was just a great time, like, and then going to Detroit afterwards and seeing friends after we hadn't been there since we left Detroit. So that was nice, and it was kind of the last big thing of normalcy before the lockdown happened. So I really enjoyed that. Travel in general was one of my highs from the year, but that one in particular, I really had a good time. Doing a little food adventuring in Detroit and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. So I wish I would have sat down and just really put a list together of all of the things that were good this year.
This pizza's good.
Because it is good. Because this year has been a long year. So some stuff that feels like it happened years ago happened this year.
Yeah.
So I guess a high for me this year was I turned 32. And like the day I turned, like March the 19th, is when the city of Memphis went on lockdown. It's like at the beginning of the day, it was kind of like, but by the end of the day, when it was like dinner plans, let's go out, let's take you out for a birthday dinner. It was like, nope, everybody close your doors, Rona knocking. It was nothing. So
yeah.
John,
was fortunately able to get takeout.
Yeah. So I had one of the best birthdays this year, even in quarantine. Wow. And I vlogged it. I'll put that up here. It just was a good birthday. It was like no pressure to like have an outfit or do this or do that or be cool. It was just like, it was relaxing, and people reached out to me. They told me happy birthday. It was just a sweet, comfortable birthday. I just felt so loved and seen and appreciated. So
it's funny that you count that as one of your highs. I would almost say that your birthday was one of the lows for me for this year. That we weren't able to do anything like super special and go travel anywhere or do anything. And because we were planning on traveling just afterwards. Because we had just gotten back from Detroit.
I can't even remember.
And we were planning on traveling like the week after. And just kind of spontaneous travel, but travel.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, the fact that I didn't even get to take you out to dinner for your birthday. Granted, the food that we had was phenomenal, and it was low stress, like you said, but that was a low.
Okay.
Maybe not the biggest of lows, but it was a low.
Okay.
I'll say a bigger one. For me, I think, like last year when I left my job and everything, it was just to take that brief time away from work and figure out really what was going on. And
You about to get deep?
a little bit.
Okay. I just don't know. I be like, feel like you winding up for it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was planning on, taking some time away from work, and then I enjoyed it, and it was nice, and
This pizza is good.
took a little bit more time, and then, Corona happened, and places were laying people off, and this and that, and that's like I was probably really started applying for jobs at like the end of January, February timeframe, and I could have been more disciplined about how often I did it, but that was when I started to at least try to get like 5 or 10 applications in a week. And nothing was happening. Like, I was getting some callbacks, some interviews and stuff, but being like repeatedly turned down, that was a low for me. Because coming into this year, like, a lot of my identity was my occupation, and like that's unfortunate that that's kind of the way our, at least white society, I feel like, kind of trains you. And I'm not trying to go too long-winded on this, but a lot of my identity was just tied to being an engineer. And moving forward, I don't think like that defines me the way it did. But that was a rough little like experience. Everything in life has come to me super easy.
You got to eat, baby.
Everything in life has come easy. So like I haven't been turned down for a lot of things in life. And that was like a repeated turn down.
Word to white privilege.
Yeah, for real. So that was a low to me. It kind of shook me a little bit, and it took me a while to recover from it. Like,
I would say we're still
recovering from it, yeah, and still finding who I am outside of that engineering space.
If you are new to us, because we do have several hundred new subbies, we are currently living with John's parents, my in-laws. He quit his job in
end of June last year.
June 2019. And we've been living with his in-laws since. We only thought we were going to be here for 6 weeks. We have been here for... I didn't even realize I was watching our video recap last year. And I was like, oh my God. That was only last year that John quit his job. Like, it feels like we've been in here for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And we've barely been living with them for a year.
Yeah.
So, just in case you're new, that's what's happening. Like, he quit his job to take a sabbatical, to really figure out if he wanted to continue engineering or just what was the next stage in life. We felt like God was pushing us to do this. He confirmed it over and over. We took this huge leap of faith. We stepped out here. We thought we were only going to be here for a season. We've been here for way longer. But the thing we do know is God been told us to leave here.
Yeah.
So we were
right.
A little whatever on that. But, he has had to wrap his mind around who he is, who, like, his confidence, his self-esteem, his identity. Like, that has been...
Yeah. That's been work. It's been work for me.
It's been more than work.
I see you over there making faces.
More than work.
Yeah. But I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to do it, and I'm grateful to have had you by my side along the way.
Barely!
I know it's been tough on you to, like...
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay. All right, so, on to you.
I don't know if I want to go there. A low for me this year has been feeling alone. Feeling like I don't have anybody. Not my family, not your family, not you, just feeling really alone. I feel like I cried a lot in the review last year. I'm not gonna do that this year.
I was about to say.
But I feel like because I have the type of personality that's like, I make my mind up, let's get it done. Oftentimes people perceive me as being able to bounce back quick, because I bounce back quick. But so like the check on your strong friend type thing, like
That's real.
that was a tough space for me. And I'll touch a little bit on this too. Just even with my relationship with God, like just too depleted and too tired to pray, to want to pray, to be like being mad at God. And before you just, because I know y'all love us, before you jump in the comment section and be like trying to tell me, this scripture and this is what I should do and this is what you need to do, don't do that. I actually did a video on my channel talking about that, and how sometimes as Christians we be trying to help people, but we don't know how to lament with them, and we don't know how to grieve with them, and we try to like passively spiritual, we're very spiritually passive, like just read the script, and it's like no. And the example that I gave in the video that I did was like Jesus with Lazarus. Like Lazarus' sister was like, hey, come Jesus, Lazarus getting sick, he about to die. And then Lazarus croaked. And then Jesus came. And his sister was like, no, don't you, he dead. Jesus sat with Lazarus, his sisters, and cried. Yeah. And then he went to go raise Lazarus from the dead. Mm-hmm. So it's like that. We don't know as Christians a lot of time how to sit with the sisters and cry. Yeah, that's all I say about that. So I just felt very alone this year. Like I didn't have anyone. And that affected my relationship with God, and I think this was the lowest point I've ever reached in my relationship with God.
Do you feel like it was stacked because of like isolation with quarantine, like on top of, I don't want to loft it to you and like tell you what it caused it, but do you think like elements of this year caused that to all cause you to feel like that?
I think it heightened it. I think it was already there and dormant. I think it just gave it a space to breathe and reveal itself, like, oh, this is an area that needs to be worked through and uncovered.
Do you feel like you're still going through that? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you've come up at all, or? There's no wrong answer.
I know, I'm just trying to think and be honest. I have my days. Want more content from us? Boom, sign up and become a part of our Patreon. Thank you to all of our patrons who already support the work that we do. Your support helps us make more and better videos.
Letting you go first on the high.
Okay. Another high with, honestly, I'm just about to run some down. Okay. Just run a whole lot of them down. Okay. So I hit 10K on Instagram this year, which that was my
God.
Yeah, right? It's been such a long year. That was been my goal to do that since 2018. Like I literally had a video on my Insta stories where I was like, hey y'all, this is the year that I want to. No, it happened in 2020. So that happened. I was looking at the video we did last year. I had just hit 20,000 subscribers on my channel.
Wow.
I have doubled that on my channel.
Wow.
So that's an awesome thing. This has been...
That's wild.
I know. This has been the best year for me in my career. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feel like I have been more profitable this year than any year in my career since 2013. a high for me definitely has been able to maintain my friendships, even with like time and distance between like many of my good friends. So I was able to see Alexis and Jená, and then we got to see Beachy. I got to see my friend Corey. I got to see Courtney while I was in Houston as well. I got to see meet Timmy in person for the first time. She's just such an amazing girl.
I spent some time with Fred and Chastity here. Yeah.
They're expecting their first baby, so that's exciting.
Yeah. Meeting Aza.
Got to meet baby Aza. Got a bike, rode that bike a ton. Like my mother-in-law found the bike on the side of the road, and it has been my bike. Started skating. We got to do that super random 3-week road trip.
Those are good. Those are all good. I would say my high again. It's partially the travel, the 3-week road trip, but I think it's more so our teamwork during that trip. I feel like Jená and I are at our best when we're working together and figuring stuff out. And yeah, we left. We left and we didn't even know we were going on a road trip. It was a night away for Jená. She called me and was like, "Hey, come stay with me." And then that turned into Florida, New Orleans, Houston, back to Florida, up into the mountains, Knoxville, and then back to Memphis. And just figuring everything out like day by day. We didn't know where we were going to be the next day. And just figuring that out and working together, that was good. That opened my eyes up to the possibility for us, like our future and what living as nomads would look like, living like van life, what that would look like. That was only in May and June, so we had been on like lockdown for a month and a half at that point, 2 months I guess. So it was good to get back out a little bit. But just our teamwork, like I love when we work together and figure stuff out together. I feel like I fall more in love with you in those moments. So that was a high for me. Losing my cousin this year was tough. He was my age. He was like 2 months older than me, and he passed away in June. And I had just gotten to spend some time with him for like the first time in 5 or 10 years, like 3-4 weeks before that. So that was nice to have been able to spend time with him before he, passed away. But that was a low for me, losing him. That sucks. Thought my cat died. He didn't die. That's a high.
Very interesting story.
I could have sworn my cat was dead.
Yeah. He called me. This literally, I was on the phone with him. He called me like, "Jená,
Timmy's dead."
And I was like, "No, really?" He was like, "Yeah." And then it was just like, meow. And he was like, "Oh, no, he's not. I'm going to call you back."
He was lifeless. I tried to pick him up. Couldn't see him breathing. Like, he felt like a sack of bones when I tried to pick him up. I would say a sack of potatoes, but he's not that heavy, so. But he was just lifeless. He was sick. He had something going on. Because he just basically laid in the same spot for a few days.
He just had a cat cold.
He had a kitty flu.
The kitty flu.
Yep.
I don't know where you get the
Yeah, I was just trying to take it there. So, how about you? I feel like your low was like, we'll only need one of those.
No, like, I feel like a low. This has been a very exposing year for our marriage.
It's gonna be my number 3 low.
y'all know, maybe y'all don't know, like, we honestly believe marriage is not supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
That it can have hard moments, you know, hard minutes, hard challenges, but we don't believe marriage is hard. Like, that's not something we prescribe to.
Yeah.
We believe that, you know, when a man and a woman enter into marriage, that they receive grace and favor and blessings, especially if you are dating with purpose. You are dating intentionally, and you enter into your marriage and you are continuing to date your spouse. And I don't even know how to fully describe it, because John is one of the most supportive people, period. You know, on top of the fact that he is very just, what can I do? How can I help? What do you need? But in a way that doesn't always fulfill my love language. And so I feel like if there has been so many moments toward the latter part of this year where I have just been at my wit's end, because I'm like, my love language, not your love language. Don't do this in your love language towards me, because it doesn't feel like much. On top of, you know, communication, like, this is the thing that has happened this year, because and me and him have had this conversation. It's like we have gotten to a point in our marriage where we have loved each other so much, until when things happen, we'll talk about it and we'll forgive so fast, to sometimes we miss there's an underlying, like, pattern, or maybe an underlying spiritual attack that is not being 100% dealt with or discussed to, like, deeply. But it's kind of like, why'd you do that? Well, I ain't like that. Okay, I'm like, oh, I understand. Okay, I'm sorry.
Right.
When, you know, sometimes it can be, I'm sorry, but wait a minute. We need to dig a little deeper into this. Which is, I am the person that really likes to, like, talk and get deep into stuff in our marriage. And not saying that John doesn't. That's not how
I lived my whole life, like, before us, like, and even for the first 9-10 years of us dating, 6 years of marriage, I just haven't been introspective in that sort of way, and, like, navigated why I'm thinking like this, or what's causing me, what assumptions am I making in my head about Jená or about this situation that are completely not true. Or maybe they're partially true, but there's so much more to it than that, or so much less to it than that. That's why, like, you know, communication is so key, and you have to have that.
I heard somebody say recently that it's not the communication, it's the comprehension.
That's good. Yeah, that's been one of my lows, is, like, me not being in therapy. That's been too long going on. This week's new subby shout out goes out to a few of y'all: the Brown Family Life, Adeja Michelle, Barbara Atakwatse, Green Olive, Mahogany Hanger, Yonina Shondell, and India White. Thank y'all for being part of the tribe and rocking with us. We appreciate all the love that y'all show out week in and week out. If you want to be featured in an upcoming video, let us know you're new.
Why do you feel like you need to be in therapy, or is it because I've expressed to you how beneficial it is to me, and I think it's a good idea that you go?
I think it's, for me, it's the lack of accountability to, like, change, and, like, the only sense of accountability. Like, when I was going to the gym regularly last year, like, I was working out with my friend Justin, and
this year too.
At the beginning of the year, yeah. But that was, like, the only accountability I had in my life. Like, and then when I was at work, I was accountable to my teammates, people that depended on me. But and then obviously you. But like when I'm only accountable to you, and like I'm the one, you know.
Yeah, that can get bad quick, because then
exactly
it's just like you're nagging me. It's like, no, I'm not nagging you. I'm literally telling you. You told me to wake you up at 3, and I'm waking you up at 3, and now you're angry that I'm with. So no, so yeah.
Right. So for me, yeah, it's been extremely like eye-opening to see how helpful it was for you, and I also just know that I need it. And to be honest, me like praying about everything, like don't pray about it enough, like, but the prayers alone aren't working.
What do you mean?
Like me praying that I'll get it. Me praying that I'll understand how to
trying to over spiritualize it. Like I'm just gonna pray, and then I'm gonna pray, and everything is gonna be fixed, instead of being like, I'm going to pray, but I'm also gonna do B, C, and D.
Right.
Gotcha.
Read this self-help book. Do this to force myself into accountability. Be in this men's group. Yeah, this or that. So that's been a low for me. And then seeing, you know, you say like you felt alone from everyone this year. And if anyone should be the person you don't feel alone from, it's me. Like, that breaks my heart. So, that's tough.
Yeah. And it's tough for me to, like, feel like that and tell you I feel like that. Because, I mean, we talk, and then to see, like, look in your eyes and see how that crushes you and it makes you sad and then it makes me sad. It's just...
Right, which doesn't allow you the opportunity to feel how you're feeling, because you feel like you've got to...
Because I don't want...
Nurture me.
Right, because I don't want you to feel bad, because that's not the point of it.
Right. So, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah. But I feel like one thing that we come back to is that we are our best when we are, like, just working together, figuring things out. And as long as we both allow ourselves to have outside accountability, that's only going to, like, strengthen us as people, and then also strengthen our marriage.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one thing that I've told John. Just, you can't keep doing the same thing and then expecting to get something different. Mm-hmm. If you know you have these goals, like, what are you doing outside of your own self to help to get help? So, like, with me, I have my friend girls, and I'll text them and I'm like, yeah, I'm stressed about this, or I'm stressed about that, or what should I do about this, or what should I do about that? And they'll be like, okay, do this, or, you know, I'll pray for you when you're sad, or yeah, because it's this has been my prayer for John for a really long time, that he really figures out who he is outside of being a husband, outside of being an engineer, that he knows the essence of who he is and who God has called him to be, that's not attached to anything, not a person, not a title, not an organization, like true self-confidence, true self-identity.
Yeah, self-awareness. Yeah. Because
I sometimes, I know, because he loves me so much, and he loves us, and he loves our connection, and he loves our relationship, sometimes I'm afraid that he loves us so much that he's putting so much time into building us up, that I don't know if he's putting enough time into building his self up.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I'm not the wife that's just like me. I'm like, you want to quit your job? Come on, quit, baby, quit. Like, legitimately, like that's me. Like, what you need to do for you,
100%.
do it. And you need to just go and take a solo trip, baby, go. You need to, like, whatever you need to do to build yourself up. I'm not gonna be the person to hold you back. You want to switch careers, you want to shave your head bald, you want to join Cirque du Soleil, whatever you want to do. I'm not the one that's gonna be like, but how is it gonna affect me? What about me? Because I care. I feel like I love you enough to care about your personal development over, you know, us having to be together under each other all the time.
You gonna do a short last thing? And one thing you're looking forward to for next year.
2020. I am very thankful for you. I'm thankful that you have exposed hidden things inside of me, inside of my personality, inside of my marriage, inside of my business. I'm so grateful for being exposed. I'm grateful that you exposed the world for the hate that was always there, the bigotry that was always there, the pseudo-Christianity that was always there.
Yeah.
Definitely hurt. Definitely was painful.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad and grateful for it being exposed. I am grateful that 2020 showed us that it's certain things that we felt like we needed that we see that we don't. Yeah. Like, people can genuinely work from home and be with their families.
Right.
Women can deliver babies at home with doulas and midwives. Businesses can thrive. Small businesses can make it when big corporations can't. I'm thankful for that. Just 2020 has been a very exposing year. It has stripped a lot of people back, a lot of things back, to see what's what, who you are. Not in a bad way, but just who you are. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So you can deal. We lost a lot of people this year. From COVID, from non-COVID. Like, I can't even believe that the wildfires in Australia and California and Kobe, and I'm leaving the fear or hesitation or whatever you want to call it as it relates to not taking a jump. And this is something that I've been talking to John about. Like, I'm a jumper. I'm a risk taker. I'm the person that's jumping out the plane. And I feel like I ain't jumped out of a plane in a minute. And so I feel out of sorts. I don't feel like myself, which is in part has contributed to the, me feeling alone. I'm a jumper. And so it's time for me to start jumping again. And I'm talking about crazy jumps. So, we got some stuff. We got some stuff on the horizon. That's, like,
it's in the pipeline.
Hold on, okay?
Yeah.
Because the next,
buckle in.
Maybe not the video after this one, but the ones after that one. Am I lying?
You ain't lying.
The ones after that one, we jumping.
Yeah.
We only get
this time.
We get this life, and I'm not the type to make excuses or say I can't do this or can't do that because of anything. I'm jumping. So yeah, I'm leaving the stagnation in 2020, and which has nothing to do with being quarantined, so to speak. Because I can. But thank you 2020 for all the lessons, for all the pain, for all of that. Thank you for it.
Was, I don't know if needed's the word, but it won't go unused.
So
yeah, I'm grateful for the tough times. I'm grateful for as much as you can be, the hardships that you face. They motivate you to grow and become better and make changes. And I don't ever want to be like, oh, it's just good enough. like I want to have the best of everything, and just because our marriage was good enough, like it was great enough. It can be so much more, it can be so much better, and just because my career was good enough, it can be so much more. And so I feel like my wrap up, like it's been a long year, and I've enjoyed the travel and the fun moments, and I'm grateful, I think, for the difficult moments and the isolation and the lows and figuring everything out. I'm excited for what's coming next, for both of us. I'm excited for everything that you've been working on to continue to grow, and your ministry to continue to grow. I'm excited for me to figure out what the heck my ministry is and try a bunch of new things and grow. And if I fall and fail, then okay, I tried it, and we'll go from there. I'm thankful to have you. I'm thankful for... You mad that I said that?
No. We completely forgot to say, y'all, we ran up our credit card. And we like hustled, and we like paid off $19,000
in 12 weeks.
In like 12 weeks.
Yeah, that was amazing teamwork.
That was incredible. Like, we even have a little thing, because this is the thing, our channel is about, we do travel, we do adventure, we do like very, deep, intimate talks about different things that, people think is a little spicy. We let y'all into our marriage. But part of our marriage is money, and we have done one video talking about money, and then we said we were gonna do a follow-up video. We never did that follow-up video, because honestly, we're not sure that that's something that y'all are like deeply curious about. So do us a favor. If this video, if this video gets to 500 likes, that will signify to us that y'all really want to see us do another sit down money moolah talk. Dinero.
Yeah, so smash the like button if you want to see us talk more about money and hear about this $19,000 payoff and
just what we doing.
What's next?
So yeah, that has been our 2020 year-end review. Some highs, some lows. We didn't get to all the highs. We definitely didn't get to all the lows.
Hit the big ones.
We hit the big ones. Honestly, I think we did get to all the lows. I think we did. So it's a lot of highs we missed. But we wanted to take a special moment to just really thank y'all for rocking with us. At this point, we have 16,900 of you who have been rocking with us and vibing with us. Yeah. We have
so grateful for y'all.
How many Patreons do we have right now? 8 or 9 Patreons. It's our goal to get our first 100. That has been our goal all year. We ain't made it yet. But yeah, we'll put a little, go on, subscribe to our Patreon. We do exclusive stuff in Patreon. But thank for the 8 people, the 9 people who have joined us in Patreon. We are so thankful, so grateful. That really allows us to live, and for us to make content, make better content, make higher quality content. It's a lens that I've been eyeing that's expensive, but that really helps us do the work that we do and do it in a very, very excellent way. But we just want to say thank y'all so much for rocking with us and vibing with us. Whether we stay at this subscriber number or not, we just want to let y'all know that we genuinely thank you. We are honored that y'all tune in and that y'all come in and that y'all tell us about y'all lives. Just thank you. So we just pray that you take the good of 2020 with the bad. That you don't lose hope, even though I know it can get hopeless at moments. So I just want to encourage you to not lose hope. That people love you, that God loves you, that He cares even when it doesn't feel like it, And I'm not just saying that because it's the thing to say. I'm saying it because I have felt like that. And I'm talking to myself as I'm really talking to y'all. So, we will see y'all in 2021.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what 2021's got in store for all of us.
Yes. So.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
Be blessed.